It was great meeting Peter.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was great meeting Jessica and
Peter
again,
said
the unnamed other source.
Yes.
So,
Peter and Jessica I know Jessica subscribed. Peter said he was going to. So Peter, if you are out there, thank you so much for sharing with us. We greatly appreciate it. And we'd love to run into you again and maybe give you some of ours.
Yes. Share something with you.
Absolutely. So. Definitely. Yeah. Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Josh.
I'm Bill.
And today we're going to be doing another hunting haul video.
Since you guys seem to like them so much.
A lot.
But we really do need you to share with your friends, like, subscribe, really share with your friends, because these things are getting expensive. So they're fun. They're a lot of fun. They are expensive. So
what we did was the original plan was just to drive up about an hour and 10 minutes into Virginia and hit some ABC stores up there, because you had done some hunting up there in the past and mentioned that their selection is a little different than ours, and it was. But our first stop was in Hillsville, ABC. If you want to grab, we only got one thing in there. That was the
Ben Holiday. Bottled and Bond, the Missouri Straight. So
we had the Rickhouse proof of this.
Yes.
And you were convinced that we had this bottle as well.
I did. I thought we had. No.
So,
I thought we had all four of theirs outside of any
special
releases that they had done.
Yeah.
But I was wrong. We didn't.
So we enjoyed the Rickhouse proof of this quite a bit.
Yes, we did.
And it was very sweet, very caramelly. So I expect this to be much the same, just a little tamped down.
Yes. So that was good.
Yeah.
We moved from there and we went over to Galax, Virginia.
Yep.
And so you're better at remembering what we got where. But I believe there we got, do we get the Rugged Branch there?
Yes, and the Knob Creek.
So we got Rugged Branch, which is a Virginia straight bourbon whiskey, 90 proof. And this is actually distilled and bottled by Ragged Mountain Farm in Charlottesville, Virginia. So we wanted to give this one a try because it's Virginia.
I heard some pretty good things about them.
And so it's quite dark. The color looks good. There is no age statement on it. As I recall, there was no age statement on it.
Not that I can remember.
But it does have a good color. It actually looks pretty comparable to the Ben Holiday
here, which is 6 years old. 6 years old.
And then we ran into Knob Creek 10-year rye,
which is a new release as of September, August.
That would be August or September, and for most people.
Sorry, I work backwards. It's October right now. So this is a 100 proofer. I've seen some reviews on it, and people are saying it's very hot.
So
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, and
really enjoyed the 7-year. We've really enjoyed the Blue Rye.
Yeah. So 10-year, I assume, can only get better.
Josh, you're going to have to tighten these bottles up.
Well, we'll take them down after each store.
Okay.
Before you get our last few in there, we did see Blanton's single barrel.
Yes, we did.
Just one bottle was sitting on the shelf. I don't recall if I filmed that at that store, but we did see a bottle of Blanton's. So people are saying, I think that Blanton's is probably the most sought after bottle.
Kind of a regular release sought after bottle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, for most
not
people,
an allocation, it's kind of allocation.
It's overly priced, and if you're not in an ABC state, and it's saved for lotteries if you're in an ABC state.
What was the price on it? $71, $74,
$74.95.
Yeah.
So it's, if you want Blanton's, go to Virginia, because we did not see it in just one location. We had one more stop in Virginia that we did see it at.
And we saw more than one bottle.
Yeah, we did. We saw some 375s and some 750s.
And I think I've said this before. I know I said it to you. I used to go to Virginia many years ago, and I would buy 375s. The 375s that are on the shelf over here, I bought in Virginia because they made a great gift. I would buy them by the case and give them away as Christmas gifts.
And I think you also said you got them cheaper to buy 2 of them than it was to buy a full bottle of the 750.
It was amazing. It was about $1 each cheaper. You could buy a 750 equivalent for $2 less than buying a 750 single.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted the stoppers. I mean, I already had all mine, so I was giving away sets of stoppers to friends. because I could do it and give them to them. So because we always had a bottle or two, I always had a bottle or two on the bar, and it was everybody always wanted to try it. So there was always something open, and I was always going through them. And you can go through a 375 pretty quick,
very fast.
So, and I never been stingy with anything. So it's
very generous with your selection.
Yes. So anyway, they were sitting on the shelf. We did pass on them. It wasn't something that we had a need for. So we did leave them on the shelf for others to pick up. So, and honestly, I was offered Blantons this week in North Carolina. In fact, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I was offered Blantons, and I passed on it, and the people that worked in the store were shocked that I passed. I said, no, it's okay. I've got it, and I'll just leave it. Let someone else have it. So, and so, like I said, I was kind of surprised they were shocked. But anyway, so
to each their own. It's that unicorn bottle that a lot of people want. What we did not leave,
because Josh got one and I got one.
This is a separate store. This is Independence, Virginia.
We were in Independence, Virginia. Yes.
We each got ourselves a bottle of Eagle Rare because, well, one, it's my favorite, and when you see it for a good price, I haven't opened and one on my bar, so having an extra backup is nice.
Right, and honestly, from a price standpoint, we're not talking about price mainly, but these
are more reasonable than you get them in North Carolina.
Yes, it's for like $42.
So in that range. After he said we're not going to talk about price.
I'm just saying it because that you don't need to necessarily pay an upcharge for things. Yeah. So we did tell you how much the Blantons was on the shelf for.
And that is MSRP roughly nowadays.
Right. So these are state prices. If you want to know what the state price is in North Carolina, go to the NCABC website. You can download the price list if you want. And in Virginia, it's the same way. You can see it. It's very clear. So we got those. And then we also picked up a bottle of rare breed,
which actually we
barrel proof
at the Gaelic store.
Ah,
I knew we were forgetting one.
Okay,
but it was on sale. I think it was like $8 cheaper than the
something like
normal listed price. And I mean, Wild Turkey's a fantastic distillery and makes great products. So
and we've been digging some rye lately.
Figured let's grab it. We got a Russell's Reserve 6-year rye sitting behind us,
and 112.2 proof.
So while it's there, we might as well.
Let's dig and go.
Yeah.
So from there, we drove on to Tennessee.
We made a unplanned trip to Tennessee.
We were not planning to go.
And while we are talking about Tennessee, let's mention when we were there.
Yes, we were there on Wednesday. Well, let's see. I can tell you because I started putting the dates on here. We were on there on the 25th of September.
And if you were paying attention to any national news whatsoever, you are obviously familiar with Hurricane Helene.
And if you are not getting anything about this on the national news,
look for it.
And you're looking on social media, you're guaranteed to be getting something on that.
And so we had originally planned on possibly driving up to Kentucky to pick up some stuff that was waiting for you. Eventually decided against it.
Right.
And we hit...
And glad we did.
Yes, because we started to hit some of the rain that was coming in from the hurricane while we were up there. And obviously, hopefully everyone knows about the situation that's going on in eastern Tennessee and specifically western North Carolina around the Asheville area.
Georgia,
South Carolina, some parts in Florida.
It's absolutely,
Alabama.
Absolutely horrible. This is an area I'm very familiar with. I've been driving through it for many, many, many years, and know some people up there. It's a terrible, terrible situation. Some of the roads we were on this particular day are gone. And there's been a lot of bad things. So kind of feel bad about what we're doing here, but
we had the opportunity
at that point, and didn't know what was going to happen. So
we also have the opportunity now that we have somewhat of a platform to reach out and let you guys know that people need help.
Yes,
people need help big time. People are stranded in their homes or on the sides of the mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee with no way of getting out other than rescue personnel. And food, water, battery banks,
and we are doing personally what we can for them. We've sent donations ourselves and our families to them, and we'll continue to do that to the extent that we can and moving forward. So, and we understand the times are hard for many,
a lot of people
in our country, and but we encourage to help in any way that people can.
Even if it's just
thoughts and prayers
and spreading awareness to other parts of the country that may not be hearing this. Because I feel like for a long time post hurricane, because it hit mainly Thursday night into Friday morning, and then Friday. North Carolina wasn't getting a lot of coverage until early this week, Monday or Tuesday, and I mean it's Interstate 40. Is it the biggest interstate in the U.S.?
No, I-95.
I-95
probably is more,
but I-40 is, you are cut off
until October of 2025. That's last that I heard.
The road is gone.
So
eroded completely away. Towns are gone in the mountains. Chimney Rock, North Carolina, no longer exists, and there are dozens of cases like this. We don't have any particular place that we would say to donate your time or your money or your supplies to, but do some research.
There are
plenty of places that are taking donations and getting them up there. I know some people personally who are up there right now as part of the National Guard, and they are. I won't get them in too much trouble, but they're doing some things to get the help to people that maybe some channels of communication would not like.
Or chains of command might not like.
Yes.
So,
to move off of the somber topic, we made our way from Independence, Virginia to Kingsport, Tennessee, to one of your favorite liquor stores.
And this will be a bit somber as well.
Yes.
I did not know this at the time when we got there. Of course, we didn't even know what was coming. And by the way, we are fine here. We are in the foothills of North Carolina. We had significant rainfall, wind,
some trees down,
but nothing comparative to what happened anywhere else. So we're in great shape in comparison to anything else. So. But we went to a place called B&B Package in Kingsport, Tennessee, and I will highly recommend this. They are on Facebook. It has changed from when I was there last. I did not realize that this had happened, but the owner from the time that I was there for many years, going to it for many years, Thomas had passed away in January. I had been there many times. I had bought many bottles of bourbon from Thomas. I had been involved and been able to taste multiple store picks there, and just a wonderful guy. And so I was actually kind of surprised at how I was struck by finding out that he wasn't there. Now, I will also tell you that I was very, very pleased with the people that have now got ownership.
Fantastic,
at least partial ownership.
In the store.
Jessica,
and we're really bad with names.
I can't remember the
Jessica
name.
Spent the most amount of time with us.
Yeah, and gave us multiple tastings.
She was fantastic. Jessica, if you're watching, we will be tagging B&B
Package in the video
in our description. And if I have a way of doing it on screen now, I will do that. They were fantastic with us.
And I was pleased to see a post yesterday from B&B Package on Facebook that. It appears that everything is good there, that you guys are okay. So that was
great news. But we'll start with the first bottle that you wanted us to pull out.
Yeah, so this is a commemorative bottle from Thomas, and it's Thomas Carter. So this is a special bottling that was done by J. Mattingly, and I'm not familiar with J. Mattingly Distillery. So this is a T.W. Carter Family Reserve, limited edition, private barrel select, 117 proof. We are going to open this one today and try it. I was told by Jessica that it is outstanding. They were down to just a few bottles of it, and it says first and last. So there will not be others from it. J. Mattingly is an 1845 legacy. They are out of Georgetown, Kentucky, and there is not an age statement here. It is a
Fairly
small
dark.
batch bourbon whiskey. It's 117 proof. So
Nice
it's got
dark color on it.
the orange and white, the Tennessee Vols colors on it. And that is bottle number 50 of 276. So looking forward to trying that one, and every time that I do drink it, I'll think of Thomas. So
should we focus on store picks?
Sure. I'm not sure. Let's see,
Give us
that
a
is not
moment
a
while
store
we
pick. I
find
think the other
our
box
store
may have
picks.
more of the store picks in it, but
This is a store pick.
okay. So this is a Hirsch. Is that a store pick? Yep. Yeah, picked exclusively for BMD. So this is a Hirsch. We've heard of Hirsch, and but had not tried any of them at this point.
And Jessica recommended them to us.
Jessica recommended it. We were able to do a tasting. This is 105.4 proof. So this one we do not. It is age stated. Sorry to say we do not, but we do. 4 years, 8 months, 74% corn, 18 rye, and 8 malted barley on that one.
And where is this from? Kentucky? Did you say? Is there any information on exactly where this is from? Bottled by Hirsch Distillers in Bardstown, but usually that means Bardstown does a lot of contract distilling for companies. And if they are bottled in Bardstown and distilled in Bardstown, they can legally put that on their label that said that they distilled it. But I would say that this is probably contract distilled by Heaven Hill or Bardstown Bourbon Company. I think all of our store picks are over here.
So, actually, this is another one. So this is an Old Scout store pick, 57.2% alcohol, 5-year age stated. We did not taste this one, but just took it on Jessica's recommendation and mine as well, that I've bought.
Because you love
Old Scouts, and I bought multiple from Thomas over the years as well. And I think some of these were actually even still around from that era. So
this is bottled by the same person who bottled our 7-year that we did a review on.
Some Drema,
yeah.
Drema, or I think
I've
that's
got
what
store picks over here.
Okay.
I think none of these are store picks left over. So I'll hand these over to you as we go.
A Rossville Union store pick, 113.2. So this is a MGP brand. So this is 113.2 proof, 56.6 straight rye whiskey.
And we
for
have
BME
done
package.
a review on this. This video will come out before that one premieres, but we will probably do a side-by-side with the store pick and the base release for that.
And that's a 2022 pick on that one.
Pick. Next up, we have a Nulu store pick.
Again, we tasted a few of these.
Yes, this is one of them. This was,
and Josh can tell you more about Nulu because I didn't really know.
Yeah, Nulu's a fairly new brand. I've heard really good things about them. I'm looking forward to trying more of their stuff. We tried this one. This is a toasted honey.
Yeah, this is a toasted, just finished in toasted barrels.
Toasted, okay. So a toasted barrel finish.
115.4 proof, 4 to 6 year MGP.
One of the best toasted barrels I have tried.
It was quite good.
Yeah. And I think our last store pick, let me just double check. Yep. Our last store pick.
And this had rave reviews from multiple people in the store.
Yes, and we tried it, and man, was it good.
It was very good. So this is a Maker's private selection. This one is a toast to TC, so a toast to Thomas Carter. So this one is 3 baked American Pure 2 staves, 2 seared French Cuvée, 4 roasted French Mendiant, and 1 toasted French spice. 55.4% alcohol by volume, 110.8 proof.
Very good bottle. Very much looking forward to trying that again.
Yes.
Outside of that, I think everything else we bought was a non-store pick. Let's start with our good old J.W. Durant, which you are familiar with.
It's just Dant, by the way.
Dant?
Yes.
So sorry, I'm dyslexic.
So this is a Heaven Hill product. Just a great bottled in bond.
We have a big one sitting over here.
No, we just got a regular size.
Oh, I thought you had a big
this
one.
was just a backup. We got a partial bottle down here.
I thought you had a big one.
Somewhere over here.
Whatever.
So just like to keep a backup of that on the shelf. Between that and JTS Brown, those are great.
Budget bottles.
Yep, absolutely. Josh had been hearing a lot about Pursuit,
Yeah. So
Pursuit United.
If anyone else is watching is familiar with the like bourbon creator YouTube scene, the Bourbon Pursuit podcast was started. For the life of me, I cannot remember their names. We have a signature.
Cecil and Coleman.
Cecil and Coleman.
And this one is by their. I forgot this one. Wrote it on a napkin.
Yeah, you wrote it. Oh, you know what? I have a picture of the napkin.
Okay.
Because I knew I would forget all about it.
So, but we picked this one up again based on Josh's. So this was distilled in Kentucky and Missouri or Kentucky. I think that says Maryland. I think that's an MD, isn't it?
Yep, MD.
So distilled in Kentucky and Maryland. So it's a one-of-a-kind whiskey using a distinctive blend of 3 different rye whiskey mash bills from Kentucky. Eric Myers. So this was a point where Eric was in the store.
Or saw in the bottle before it got there.
So, yes.
But
before we were there.
We have heard some good things, and it's a rye, and man, are we liking ryes lately.
Yes. So next, this is another Josh recommendation, and we've actually done a video on Huling Station.
We have.
Which is also was the brand name previous to Old Dominic coming out with their own
distillate, yes.
So this one is Little Chicago, 109.22 proof.
They're very
7-year-old,
very specific, and usually on the back they should have their mash bill.
52 corn, 44 rye, 4 malted barley. This should be very, very
nice
good.
And high rye.
Distilled in Lawrenceburg, so this MVP product.
Next up, we have a Frank August, which we had heard some things about. This is only a 3-barrel batch, so it's a winter cover rye, cover. It's cover.
Cover crop.
Typically these are finished, but this one is not.
No.
So this is 53.125 alcohol by volume, which is 106.25.
They go to the 3rd decimal.
Oh yeah, they take it all the way down. Bottle number 161 of 6251.
Yeah, so this is their 3rd case study.
Yes.
On this one. Looking forward to trying it as well.
And we're going to run out of room, so I think we're going to have to start putting some of these bottles
We'll start moving some back. We'll put some in front. And then I had heard of Bahatka.
And this
Bahatka
is a finished bourbon that you...
And I actually am the one that bought it.
No, actually, liked
it. Yes, it is finished.
Yes, it is finished.
But it is mainly a straight rye
whiskey.
Finished in Calvados cask. So the story here is that billionaire bought
a French chateau.
And
in France.
Found imagine that, a French chateau in French.
Now who has a speech impediment today?
And so found all of these barrels of
cognac and
Armagnac and something else. Anyway,
it's been sitting for
decades, century, whatever. And so started using them. And so they created Bahatka. And so we actually tried some of this, and some of it was pretty good.
Yeah. They had a store pick that was finished in both Armagnac and cognac, and that one was a little too strong of a finish for us.
Yet, just a little. This one is 53.8, so 107.6 proof.
Next up, we have 15 stars.
So this was another Josh. I'll let him talk about this.
So everything that I've heard about this brand has been fantastic. They've been producing for quite some time, and there are apparently only 2 or a handful of whiskey competition judging societies that 100% blind rank everything that they do. And 15 Stars had 2 of their bourbon or whiskeys make it to the final rounds of these blinds. And when I say blind, I mean the people who were tasting them had no clue what they were until the end of the year when they released the results.
Really interesting way of doing this.
Which is, I mean, I think the best way to do it is to keep it as blind as it possibly can.
I'm blind.
Blinded
by science.
Next up, we picked up a bottle from a distillery we might be going to in Kentucky here at the end of this month.
And Josh has been pointing this out to me in every store we go to.
I have. Every time I see it, I'm like, hey.
And this was actually a pick, I believe, wasn't it?
No. don't believe so.
Oh.
No, they did have a pick,
Okay.
but this is not the pick. This is Wilderness Trail rye whiskey. It's cask strength. We're at 102.98 proof, more with these double decimal points. This is 4 years and 3 months old. It's got the rickhouse. It's got the yeast strain number.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Just a strain number.
Just a strain number, not
Okay,
not their yeast. Yeah, they would not give away their yeast. No, it's bottle one. Okay, hold on. Bottle 129 of 93. I think we're missing a digit here.
There could be.
We're missing a digit.
Either that or it's multiplying.
But
are you sure that's not rabbit hole?
But we're looking forward to that one, and I think we have one last bottle in here. It's another brand that I've been looking forward to finding, and that is Dark Arts.
If you couldn't tell, I think Josh was spending all the money here.
I don't know. I mean, most of these are store picks. I guess not most of them, but a lot of them are store picks. This is a 7-year-old straight bourbon whiskey. I think this is contract distilled, in Indiana. But I've heard just great things about all of Dark Arts' stuff. So we're looking forward to popping that bottle open as well. And that concludes all of our bourbon purchases.
So, and that concludes our Bourbon Hunt haul.
Yeah. Before we finish out, we did have the chance to meet a very kind person in B&B Package.
He was in the store picking up something for himself and tasting and actually sharing a taste with Jessica and the other person that we can't remember his name.
We're so sorry. But Peter came in and he saw that we were purchasing quite a bit.
He had a Heaven Hill Select stock that he had just been up to Kentucky previously in the week or the week prior. And had picked this up at the distillery. It
was a 17-year-old. So it's 12-year bourbon aged and then finished for 5 years in a sherry cask. And I have some video that I'll throw up here. All right, guys, we're here at B&B Packaging in Kingsport, Tennessee. And our patron over here, Peter, had a special bottle of Heaven Hill stock, and we've got our little taster. So this is a 12-year-old Heaven Hill, and then finished for 5 years in sherry cask. So we're gonna give it a go.
Doesn't have a strong nose on it.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. I've really been enjoying.
Not overwhelming at all.
All the rest of this.
That's really good. Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much. That's very good.
Well, I'm very much
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's not much of a sherry finish on it, really. You get the sweetness.
Barrel for 5 years. Really.
Yeah.
wine is my background.
Very good.
Yeah. Oh, I can tell. Yeah.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for checking in.
It's not the best video. But
no, we didn't have our mics or any of our regular
and it had been raining. Like I said, it had been raining some that day. In fact, right at the time we got to the store, it started pouring.
Yeah, we had to walk through a waterfall to get in,
which was nothing compared to what happened later. So
no, but I enjoyed it. It was fairly good,
and it was great meeting Peter.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was great meeting Jessica and
Peter
again,
said
the unnamed other source.
Yes.
So,
Peter and Jessica I know Jessica subscribed. Peter said he was going to. So Peter, if you are out there, thank you so much for sharing with us. We greatly appreciate it. And we'd love to run into you again and maybe give you some of ours.
Yes. Share something with you.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah. But if you are in the area or go through the area, we highly recommend that you stop by B&B Package. Don't take everything, please, because I'm sure that we will be back.
Oh, yeah.
And I do know that there will be a very special single barrel coming later this year, first of next year. I'm not going to tell what it is because if I do, I guarantee you I won't get one of them. But really looking forward to that and getting a bottle of that when it does come out. So anyway, definitely a place to go to if you're in the area.
Definitely fantastic people,
great people,
selection.
Great store.
Fantastic,
very knowledgeable, and not just the people that we mentioned. There were other people there that we didn't even get the names of, so we could forget them.
Yep.
So,
but guys, thank you so much for watching. Let us know what bottles you are most excited for us to grab and try.
Pop it up there, and we will we'll put it in the queue.
Yeah, we will certainly get to.
I can tell you the special bottle over there will be tried today. So,
well, guys, thanks for being with us.
And as we promise, as always, Our videos will get better with time, just like bourbon.
Take care of yourselves.